Good morning, everyone. I wasn't supposed to do this video until Saturday at 6:30 p.m. But I just saw some disturbing facts about this case. Man, if you read the headlines, the banner, whatever you want to call it, is be careful about who you bring into your children's life. I just saw on something. Well, I'm gonna let you see it, and then I'll talk more about it. This mom knew that this man was raping her daughter. There's been complaints against him ever since the child was 11 years old. Yes, that's right, 11 years old. She Someone filed a complaint about it, and the mother went to work at night. He raped this young girl in her own home. I'm not sure if it was in her own bed, but it was in her home because the mother worked at night. No, really, no real man would allow his wife to work at night. I've known people all my life who have worked. The husband worked, the wife worked days and the husband worked night. The wife was home at night with the children and the husband worked at night. This woman should be arrested. Her mother knows it. I don't know if this man threatened her, and if I'm not mistaken, she had other children. But I'm going to give me a chance. I'm going to do it. Hey, Miss Andrea, how are you? Do you want to come up today? So let me know. But anyway, I'm going to show you a video. I wasn't supposed to do this, Andrea, until Saturday, but I heard some disturbing stuff. So let me get it. So you can still hear me. I'm going to uh, put it up. I'm trying to find it. Steve. Oh God, I can't remember this guy's name. Jesus, I'm always messing up when it comes to these lives, but I am so mad about this. This, you know, I am so mad about this thing. What's going on with this guy? His name is Steve. Oh God, I can't think of his name. But anyway, here it is. Here's the video. I'm going to send to you guys, and I'm to this video. Listen to this video. Wait a minute. I don't know if you could hear it. I'm working on it. Uh,
Break something down. I watched intently tonight the second video, I think it was, where the mother was talking, and this is the video everybody was talking about,
Now
where
here it
her
is. This
ex-boyfriend,
is the
Stephen
this is the
Stearns,
video. Listen.
was standing or sitting behind Jen Soto, lurking in the background while she was getting interviewed on camera or live television or whatever it was. I said before, this woman right here is guilty as well. I don't know what part she played, but she knew something, as far as her daughter being touched or whatever. But I'm going to break this down to you. I'm going to break this video down. We're going to chop it down in different sections, and I'm going to call out a couple of things that some of the stuff you guys noticed, some of the stuff you may not have noticed. But I think these interviews they did really messed them up. Take a look.
Um, Jen, go ahead and tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street. and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
Okay. You seen him come into the room and it immediately spiked her anxiety. It threw her off. Did you notice when he came in and she did like this and he walked by? First of all, he was rude. Who does that? She's having a national interview in which she's trying to get help from the the community and get awareness that her daughter is missing. This guy comes and walks right past the thing. If that wasn't rude, I don't know what is. Then again, that was planned. This guy got a child's mind. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't got no home training. Who does that to their girlfriend in her time of struggle? Now, I'm not taking up for this woman because you watch my other videos. I'm going to break this whole thing down. But did you see her demeanor shift and how nervous she got when he came in the room? Then on top of that, 38 seconds elapsed time into this interview. Well, before that, he had to make his presence known. He went and sat on a step stool. That was a step stool, something you use in the kitchen to get up high. He went and sat on that. It was already sat in the position. That's a bar behind them. Why would that thing be sitting there? It would be in the pantry folded up or be in the kitchen somewhere folded up. That was strategically placed there. So when she sat in that little computer nook and she did her, FaceTime, he positioned that thing there so when he could come, he could sit and watch what's said. Why did he do that? Now, I told you this guy's a manipulator. And I told you a lot of times these are standard abusive traits, intimidation tactics. He gets behind her. You know what I'm saying? He can see well enough to where he can see the person talking, he can see her reactions, and he can hear both of them. He did this for two reasons, in my opinion. Reason number one, he was coaching her. He would have made sure she stayed on course and looked convincing. And she was doing what he told her to do or told her to say. That's number one. Number two, pay attention. The lady that was answering the questions was the media. So whatever questions she asked, he wanted to make sure he was in tune with said questions in case she was saying something, because he was putting feelers out to see if they was asking questions to see what the media knew and maybe some hints of what the police knew, because he don't know who's scripting the questions to ask Jennifer. So that was intel. It was intimidation, number one, and to gather intel to see if he got away with the crime. Now, let's get back to it.
Oh, the show is phenomenal. This is the best ever.
And I have to ask this, and I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never. She's never ever mentioned anything like this before, and she's not the type to want to do this. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful. So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off, so it's not pinging to anything.
Jen, what is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on games and stuff. Do you think she could have met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
She's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone, and she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I looked at their messages, nothing was weird. I looked at all of her messages, all of her deleted messages, nothing seemed weird. It didn't seem like she was talking to anyone. So I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like she may have been taken, because this is not like her at all to just disappear and not let us know where she's going or who she's with. Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? I mean, are they actively searching for her? I mean, what happens now? I mean, especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent. They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
So you think that she's been taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, you know, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay. I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back. Whatever that means. I just want her back.
Guys, in that segment, I think that told a lot. First thing is they asked her, you know, what's going on with the search? Oh, they searching behind the school. There's a pathway back there, like a public park, and it's a river back there, a swamp or a marsh or whatever she said it was, right? Now I want you to pay attention. Remember I told you she coaching, she hearing the information through him. He won't let her go out there and search, I don't think. I think he keeping her in the house. That's just my opinion. And he keeping her out of the way from this whole situation. You notice what she said? That's why I called you guys for help. I called the media. I think she called the media outside of his permission, or he went along with it, but he had to have some say in it. That's why he was sitting there. I don't think he knew she called the media. And when she brought it up, he was like, why'd you call the media? Now they got to deal with it. And he looking suspicious because this wasn't something he accounted for. Heard what she said? Oh, it's a marsh back there. It's water back, a river back there, a creek. And I don't think they're going to find anything back there. I don't think they. Why would you say that? These people are volunteering their time, manpower, municipal money, taxpayer money, and everything else to help you. And you say that out your mouth? Did you see what happened after that? Why would you say that? That made you look stupid and it made him look dumb. Why would you? It's like almost like you shit on the same people that's trying to help you. She's gone. Who prays for the worst? A couple of days in the investigation of finding your missing teen daughter. You the mom, not this man. You the mom. And you say that out your mouth, that right there lets me know she knows that he did something to the baby. That right there lets me know. And she better not say nothing. That's why he was sitting back there. And my opinion, I also believe her conscience is eating her up. In other videos, when he was acting like he was crying and all this other stuff, because every time you go back to the house and you interview him, you get something else. Why he wasn't crying then? He's torn up and stuff. You seen your girl, you see that in that part? She started crying. Oh, I don't know if she's safe. I don't this, I don't that. Oh, I just wanted to be unharmed. She wasn't even crying. I think she on antidepressants or something where she's just numb. Another thing, when she cried, he never got up off that stool. Never got up and said, okay, it's okay. You know, Do you want to continue? Like, he never showed any affection, but she showed all the affection to him. That tells me that in the house, she catered to this man and ignored the needs of her own child, even the pleas and cries for help. Seriously. You sitting up here talking about they ain't gonna find nothing back there? You kind of told on yourself. That probably made them say, you know what? Let's go to ground zero. Let's go back to square one. Let's go back to the house. See what's in the computer. Let's see if we can find the computer. We got cameras around here. I think him involving her helped hanging. And I think he too smart. He's so smart, he's stupid. He watched a lot of movies and he thought, hey, they'll go to the marsh. Say the marsh over there. Make sure you say it. And he stood there to make sure she said that. I'm serious. I think he sat there and was making sure she was saying. That's why when she was doing okay, he was looking off to the side. But when something came up, his ears came back, he looking. Whether it's the media lady asking a question, he trying to look at her facial expression to see if she knows something that he don't know. That's why he refused to move. Now, when he gets up, you'll see a different side of the whole situation. But check it out, though. Another thing before we go into this next part, I still can't get over the fact, like when she started breaking down, I think that's her conscience, like just replaying everything that's going on while she on these meds. I think she's on meds. It's just my opinion. Going through her conscience, eating her up, is playing in her mind what probably he told her he did with the child, or just her thinking about where the child is now and how she's out there by herself and the guilt is coming on her. Let's go to the next part.
What's your credit card debt balance? If it's $10,000 or more, here are 3 easy solutions you can start implementing today. And number 3 is an absolute game changer. Number 1, the first step to tackling your credit card debt.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. I drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
Have you heard from any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media, none of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. Yeah, there's no update.
So she's spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay,
She just
so
turned 13.
but that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day,
She's
that's
gone.
the last you've seen of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, where do you go now? Are you gonna go out there and search or look, or what is your? Are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family is out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being taken against her will.
Guys, I stopped here to talk about a couple of things real quick before we get back into this video. First thing is this. You notice all of the electronic devices and all that stuff are, haven't been turned on. She didn't have any of that. She had her party, went to bed, like they said in other interviews, mysteriously left her phone home, so that couldn't be searched or anything like that. This stuff is not adding up. Your boy's still sitting in the back looking like a dumbass, looking oh so guilty. I don't know anybody in their right mind that would do that and not think police would consider them a suspect. He's hovering over this girl's shoulder like impending doom. I have no doubt in my mind he held that house down under his own will and kept them people in suspended terror. I think he could do whatever he wanted. The woman would go along with him because you can see how fragile she is in there. And speaking about fragility, I think this woman suffers from anxiety or takes some type of medication. Like right now, she looked like she on some type of antidepressant. You can just see it in her. And when I show you the rest of this video, you're going to be sure she on an antidepressant. Sometimes they got medication out here where you can't even cry tears, but you could be crying and nothing come out. This guy right here, we already discovered he'd been messing with this girl for 2 years. This guy right here had that house on lock, and it was a house full of lies. It was a web of lies that was sown between the mom and and him, dismissive to the daughter. And this guy had full autonomy to run roughshod through that house, doing any and everything he wanted to do. He did. You can see it. I want you to pay attention in this next segment with him standing there as her shadow. Keep watching the newscaster lady when she's talking. She even knows it's unsettling and something's up. She said, "Oh, my family's out there looking. Don't nobody know your kid better than you do, Jen Soto." I call BS on that. How many of you ladies out there, right? Hear me out. Would be missing your daughter, your only child, and you'll be sitting at home waiting for other people to find her. That's all I'm saying. What kind of man would have a woman and know it's her kid and be sitting up under her getting interviews and he not looking for it?
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend enough.
I don't know what happened to him.
Where was that? What, like, which video? Was that a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us.
Got it. Okay. Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Please, 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 if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement. Any information helps. Maddie, if you see this, please come home. Please be safe. I love you very much. If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home. We just want her home.
Guys, that was the video broken down. And I'm going to end on this. I would be shocked. And I said this before. In fact, I would be floored if this woman, Jennifer Soto, mother of Madeline Soto, is not locked up by this weekend in cuffs. It's no way, looking at that interview, they bombed that thing. It looked coached, scripted. Certain times in the video, she would look at the reflection to see if he was back there. He got up. Immediately, she's shaking, asking questions. Certain things making her uncomfortable. She's trying to remember. Do I say this? Do I say that? You notice at one point when they asked her something, she answered the question. She said, yeah, because she had to run it over her head. Did I say that right? I would not be surprised if she knew this man was going to take the life of this child. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. And I wouldn't be surprised if when he took the life of the child, he called her and let her know he did it. I'm serious. I think the only thing she didn't know was where he took that body at. And I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious. Here's another thing too, before I leave out of here. This woman's mind is gone. This guy got her head. He got her under his wraps. And what you're looking at is what mental abuse do to you and mental manipulation it do to fragile women. This woman clearly has esteem issues and self-confidence issues. She sacrificed everything just for the affection of this man, and he knew it. People like this will keep you hanging by a thread, only to keep you around because you have some value to you or something you have has value to you. Think about it. What type of woman stays with a man that's touching her daughter, number one, but sleeps with you and your baby? That right there tells you he had total mind control over her. What you just seen was master manipulation in one of the most vilest, cruelest forms. The mom's not a victim. Madeline was. The mom is just an accessory to her being victimized. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. May Madeline Soto rest in peace once again and get the justice she deserves.
Well, everybody heard it. I couldn't believe it. You heard the part where he said that that Maddie Soto, he had been raping her in her own house at night. and he took pictures of it, the things I heard. I just couldn't get, when I heard that, I said, I can't wait until Saturday. This is why I tell all young women I know, be careful who you put in front of your kids. You know, my grandkid's mother, she goes on Megan's List. We have Megan's List. I don't know if it's everywhere, but we in New Jersey, we have Megan's List, and she can see all if there's any is predators, sexual predators in the area where they're, you can't use it to harass them. You can't use the website to keep them from getting a job, but you will know who is in your area. They're not supposed to work around children, and it can be used to keep them from getting a job around children. But and it also can be used, it's not supposed to be, but people also use it to find out if there's any if there is a conviction for sexual assault and child abuse. So people beware. That mother knew. I said it from the beginning. She knew when they said she worked nights and left him. I thought they were married, but even if they were married, they shouldn't, that shouldn't have, that shouldn't have happened. I'm not going to be on here long, but since nobody wants to come up, if anybody wants to come up, they can come up. But I just had to do that because I'm like, this lady really has to be desperate. I am now, and never have been that desperate for a man that I would allow something to happen to my child. No, not me. I'm not desperate. I'm not beat. I'm not, don't phase me one bit. I don't have a problem being by myself. I can do, there's plenty of things I can do to entertain myself without having a man. And then, and people say, oh, you're gay, you're gay. No, I'm not gay. Let me see. Andrea, how can I? Okay. Let me see. No.
I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Andrea, I didn't see you. Hey, I did it. I did
You
it.
did it. You go, girl. You go, girl.
I couldn't, Andrea. I wasn't supposed to do that until Saturday. But when I heard all the particulars about it, I said,
Mm-hmm.
this lady is terrible. Like I was saying, I'm not beat for a man. I've never been that way. When I was growing up, and don't get me wrong, I like men just like everybody else. I'm not gay, but I've been accused of being gay because I'm not. I mean, that's not what defines me. A man doesn't define who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I couldn't believe it. What man allows a woman to work at night and he stays home? That right there would have been a red flag for me. First of all, it would have never happened to me because you wasn't moving in my house. I've had boyfriends when my son was little. I would put him to sleep. He would be asleep when I left, and when he came home, I was home. So he never knew. He thought I never had a friend. I had friends
Mm-hmm.
growing up, but they wasn't nobody I wanted to be with. So he didn't need to know every time I have a friend. He knew some that, we were just friends. But as far as a boyfriend and stuff, I wonder why people do that. I say it's insecurity. They have no
Mm-hmm.
self-esteem. Which I think, and then too, I don't think they have had good fathers in their life. But then again, you can't say that either. I had an excellent father. He wasn't an educated man because of the time he came through, but he was a ordinary common laborer. But he,
Mm-hmm.
but he was a good man. He was a good man, and he treated he treated me and my sister and my grandmothers like queens. He was the only man in the house.
Mm-hmm.
He treated us. So I know how a man is supposed to teach a woman. It ain't about aggravating me, and it ain't about touching my kid. I never did that. So It
Yeah.
is what it
I know,
is.
yeah, I know, some women, have a problem with that, preferring if their children say something that's happened to them, they don't want to believe them and stuff like that. And those women need to go get help if they do act like that, because kids are, who else are they going to go to? Especially if you're a single parent, you know.
Right.
But people like that just need to go get help, because there's no reason to be, especially leaving somebody with your child that just your boyfriend, you know. So that's
I
not to
thought,
say that's not to say doesn't happen in families too, but specifically in those types of situations. So
but yeah, it happens in your it happens in your family too. But
mm,
to just pick up every man you go with, let him move with you,
no,
nah.
that's crazy. Yeah.
And and sometimes I think about it. I said, well, maybe I should have did it, when things get a little rough. But heck no. I started saying, nah, that was crazy. I did the right thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
One of my twins, she said she's gay, but the first thing everybody we asked her was, did somebody do something to you? And she said no. She said no. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing we asked there. And my sister was married, and her and my brother-in-law, they stayed with us. So I was at work and I had a TV, I had my own room and TV and stuff. But my son was always staying. When I come home, I noticed he was always in the room, and I'm like, wait a minute, you got a TV, I got an air conditioner, why are you in the room? So I called him in the room and I shut the door, but the door didn't really, can't make a long story short. I laid him down and I checked him. I pulled his pants down and I said, did he mess with you? And my sister got totally upset, but I did not care. I did not
Mm-hmm.
care. He said nothing happened. I told him, you got your own TV, and I bought an air conditioner, put it in my bedroom, and I said, you lay in here. If it's too hot to go outside, you wait till the sun goes down and then you come outside. And my sister got mad. I told her, that's my son. I'm supposed to do that. I wouldn't be a mother
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't ask them. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't think that way. You can't trust everybody.
This
You
is
know,
true.
you can't trust everybody, and I don't trust everybody. I trust, but I don't trust. You know,
Yeah.
my grandmother always told us, watch as well as pray. She said, when you go to church, you don't keep your eyes closed because there's devils in the church. She always used to say it. I used to think it was crazy, but it's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't trust anybody. But I hadn't planned on doing this. But like I said, and I'm kind of glad I did. It's a few more things I got to work out, but I'm doing it. I'm getting it together.
You sure are. You sure are. You made a lot of strides since the last time I was up on here, so you're doing real good. You're doing at least
That
you're
first
willing to
time
learn something new. You
that
know.
yeah, that first time I did it was a disaster. I was ready to give up. I said, I ain't gonna do this no more. I can't do this. Uh,
Yeah.
I hate to, but
But we
I'm
got some
getting.
good people out here to help out, so that's the good thing.
Yes, Jade helped me out, and
Mm-hmm.
Vic helped me out. So, and you helped me out because you give me you give me inspiration to keep going. Because
That's right.
after that last time, I was like, oh hell no, I can't do this. I am not gonna make a fool of myself no more. But I
Yeah.
got it. But
But
it
you sure are, and then you're doing your little your test runs too. So that's good too. I mean, it's not like you're out there doing a little bit at a time, and that's yeah,
yeah,
you're doing something I haven't even done. So you know,
you know,
I'm
I
proud
work.
of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a person, I have to be hands-on. You could tell me a million times, a billion times, and tell me how to do it. I can't do it. You saw what I did.
Mm.
I kept hitting the wrong thing. But once I get it, I got it. But it takes a
Mhm.
hell of a long time for me to
Well,
get
actually, it
it.
didn't take that long. It didn't take that long.
Well, it seemed like
Yeah.
it to me. I felt like an idiot. I said, these people gonna think something wrong with me.
No, it didn't take that long at all. Not to me, it
Yeah,
didn't. I mean, I know because you want to be out there and do that. That's
I
fine. But
want
to
to
me,
be
it didn't
right.
take you long at all.
I don't want to look stupid. I
Yeah.
hate, I hate for people to think I'm stupid.
Hey,
That's a,
technology is good until it's not.
yeah. So I test things out when I want to do something. I test it out. And that's what
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw. I had a lot of things. It's just a test. Y'all don't have to come on. You don't have to do
Yeah.
none of that. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
come on, I just test it out. But I got a few more things I want to learn too. But I'm learning something about these pictures. About these, it says two people and stuff. But anyway, I'll get this first, and then I got some stuff I want to do. I got some stuff I want to do and some books and stuff I want to put out and stuff. I got a lot of stuff I want to do, but I want to make sure when I do it, I can do it the right way and stuff
Mm-hmm.
going on and stuff. So I'm not. I got to get dressed and really do something because I have to go to a funeral Friday. So
Okay.
some things. I need to do some things around the house and get myself ready. I don't know. People always, I know people can't, you don't determine what day you're going to die, but people always seem to die for me, on the wrong thing. Now, why do I'm saying, why? I said to myself, I said, now why this boy couldn't die when I had some money? And I said, you know what? That's I'm broke. I'm going with my son. I said, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that. I said, I am broke. I need a haircut. Lord, my hair, I had the cancer and they told me it was the chemo and the, what do you call it? The radiation. It just did
Mm-hmm.
something. My hair, it thinned out. They told me to keep cutting it off and cutting it off. And I cut it off. Now it's thick, bushy, and curly. I don't have no perm in my hair, and I
Mm-hmm.
want a perm it, but I'm afraid to perm it because they say that it gives you cancer. And I'm not pushing the issue. I don't want no more of that. I don't think I could. I don't think I could survive going through that again. That chemo
Right.
is, ugh, that chemo is horrible. You don't feel good. Nothing tastes as good. Yes, some days you feel good. Some days you don't feel good. They gave me every day for 2 weeks and then 2 weeks off. You do the 2 weeks off and you start feeling better, and then you go back and you got to get it again, and then you got to go every day and get the radiation. I'm like, I can't do this, Lord. I can't do it. So I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying not to fry food. I'm trying to not to eat anything that has preservatives in it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I just can't
Mm-hmm.
do it anymore. I tell everybody, take care of your health before.
Yeah.
Take care of it before. And I love salt. I don't know about you, but I love salt. That's salt and sodas. I love salt.
Mm-hmm.
I've stopped drinking sodas and stuff like that. But anyway,
Okay.
a lot of
Well,
progress. Thank you,
well,
Donnie.
you've made a lot of, yeah, you have. You've made a lot of progress. We're here for you. We're here for it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But anyway, we did something. We don't went off totally off the thing. But anyway, I think everybody who will see it will get the point I'm trying to make. You can't and let everybody know your children. You just
that's
can't.
true.
You cannot bring people in your house, male, whether you have male or female children. It is not a good thing to have people in your house. Don't let your children spend the night at each other at somebody's house, because you know what you allow in your house, but you don't know what other people allow. And
Right.
did you hear about the young girl in Osceola, Florida? She was 12 years old. She's missing. They found her. They believe that she was on the social media app. I'm going to do something on that too when I find out. But my thing is, how could your daughter be 12 years old. She was found with the 27-year-old guy. And he tried to run, but they caught him. That's the mother's fault. Because my daughter, my mother's daughter-in-law, do you know the thing with the iPhones? I'm not fond of iPhones, but I do like them. She puts a track. She tracks her children. She knows where they are. And they're 22. And the baby is, one is 6. One is 6 and one is 11. And she still tracks them. And she checks the daughters. She's always in there. She's always on it. She goes on the do you have Megan's Law in Georgia?
I'm not in Georgia, so.
Oh no. But do you have Megan's Law where you are?
I don't think so. I've never heard of that. Yeah.
Well, it must be a state thing. In New Jersey, we have there was a lady, her daughter, there was a sexual offender that lived across the street from her, and he took her daughter. She nobody knew he was in the neighborhood, and they have to register and everything. It's called Megan's Law, and you can go on and see if predators live in your neighborhood. My daughter-in-law, she checks all of that. Stays on it, so it is what it is. So I'm going to go, everyone, and I thank you guys for coming. That gives me a big boost. I'm going to keep going until I get this thing really right. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Look, that for you to be out there, I mean, not to say age can't do nothing, but you're an elder and you're out there, you're doing your thing. And that, you should be proud of it. Because like I said, I'm not out there. And I hate changes and stuff, girl. Like I said, I'll keep my mobile phone that I have now until it doesn't work no more. I hate trying to learn something new because it drives me batty. Yeah.
I think I owe one more payment on my iPhone. And as soon as you start getting them towards paying, you can jump. You can get a whole new one. Oh, no.
That's how I feel.
Yes, I'm going to keep that phone until that thing falls apart, until it just won't work no more. Because I had a TV one time when they first came out, the big screens, when they first, there were 2 TVs. That TV went through the ringer. It dropped and it wouldn't come on. And every time I got ready to do it, I said, let me plug this TV in. And every time I plugged it in, it would work. I took it to get it fixed. And the last time I got it fixed, the man at he owned the store, and he said, I'm going to fix this TV. He said, next time, don't bring it back. You can buy a TV cheaper than I can fix it. And then it broke again. I kept it. Every time I got ready to buy it, I'd plug it in, it worked. Finally, it just gave out and it said, what the hell, you're going to buy one? And that's when I bought a new one. I mean, I kept that TV forever. It wouldn't work no more. I did it every chance I got. But anyway, again, thank you, Donnie. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
You're welcome.
This was kind of cool. I didn't mean to do that today, but I did it. Anyway, I gotta go. I appreciate all of you. All of you have a great day.
Okay, you too, Pumpkin.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.